All right, I'm meteorologist Vin Crosby from the Weather Show at Vin Crosby. I made it. I made it through. Well, I'm on the nice end of coming through a nasty cold. Terrible. Couldn't talk, pains, aches, kind of was the flu, wasn't the flu. Finally got some antibiotics and things are going well. So I hope you guys don't get hit with this crud this holiday season. I have enough wind, enough voice to actually deliver a little bit of a weather forecast. First, we want to congratulate our winners of the first 1-inch snow forecast contest for Boise. The first annual, we're going to do this one again. But let me read off some of the winners of this contest. And so we have Cole Farron, congratulations. Jennifer Igo, Chase Devon, Amber Gorey, Allison Moore, Terry McCarthy, Logan Robinson, Evan Lang, Connie Cleveland, Cindy Guerreau, and Irene Picard. Congratulations to all our winners. Great prizes, too, and they'll be coming. I've been a little bit delayed in getting them out because I literally have been bedridden and this cold for the first time in my life just locked me down. But we're on the rebound, and we're on the up and up. And we've got some weather to talk about. Powerful cold front on the way to the Pacific Northwest, going to swing on through. This is going to come in. It's going to get out of here. Let's break it down in extreme detail that only yours truly can do. All right, we are looking at a pretty good system moving on in across the Pacific Northwest. You can see Boise, Salt Lake City, Portland, Seattle, and then the states outlined there under the blanket of clouds. A big storm back out in the Pacific is what's controlling this. That's an occluded front up there in the purple, and then the blue line here with the triangles. That's the cold front, and that's what we're going to be looking for in the early morning hours tomorrow morning to plow on through. And there should be a dramatic change in precipitation type, too, when that moves on through. A lot of cold air situated behind it, and that will continue moving towards the east. And then at the same time, the pressure gradient is going to really increase the winds from the southeast across the Treasure Valley. So the winds are really going to pick up in advance of this cold front as it gets closer to us. You can see a lot of clouds draped across the region. A lot of this has to do with a very active jet stream, a powerful core of wind, if you will, up there in the higher levels of the atmosphere, pumping winds well over 150 miles per hour. And then embedded in these high-resolution clouds, you can see these looks like little lines or ladders, if you will, moving on through, an indication of just how strong this jet stream is. And that's really what provides the energy to a lot of these storm systems as they plow on through, especially for wind and the precipitation type. And so as we see this move towards the east, we see that signature in the clouds to indicate that this is going to come through with quite a pop. Looking a little bit ahead, most of that concentrated area is really pinpointed right up into the northeastern areas of Oregon, back into the west central mountains of Idaho. This is where I think you'll see a pretty good amount of snow. Some areas already have picked up some pretty hefty accumulations. I think total 5 to 10 inches pretty easily. So good news for Tamarack, good news for Brundage, good news up there around Anthony Lakes in the Baker City area. But there are pockets of freezing rain, too, in some of those areas around I-84 up towards Baker City, back towards Meacham. So watch out for that. The winds, as I talked about, which should increase from the southeast direction, get around 10 to 35 miles per hour. So not a huge wind, but it still will get enough wind to bring down some of the Christmas lights you put up possibly this past weekend. And then as the front moves through, that's when the winds will dramatically shift around to the northwest, and that's when it could get a little gusty. 15, 40, 45 miles per hour and some higher gusts as the front comes on through. In meteorology, we call that fropa. Oh, I love that. Fropa. Let's all say it together. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Fropa. Thank you very much. All right, partly cloudy skies. See that out here in the Pacific Ocean. That is what's going to be here tomorrow. So this thing, when you get up tomorrow morning, is going to be gone very quickly. But when it comes through tomorrow morning in the early morning hours, I think that's when things will get a little bit hinky. So the way I see things shaping up as we go on in through the night tonight on in towards tomorrow morning is like this. I think we'll see pretty much light rain or snow showers. The atmosphere is conducive to a little bit of wintry mix, if you will. Rain, sleet, or snow starting things off in the Treasure Valley. So from Boise back through Star, Middleton, Sand Hollow, maybe over to Notice, Greenleaf, Caldwell, you'll start to see little spritz here and there, some flurries and some sprinkles. Really not a big deal. And then the intensity of the precipitation will start to pick up a little bit more as that front approaches in from the west. At the same time, the winds will be drawn up from the southeast and mix up the atmosphere, so any frozen precipitation in the Treasure Valley and these highlighted areas will change to rain, and we'll see scattered rain showers, and it could come down at a pretty good clip in some spots, especially up closer to the foothills as we go on in towards the early morning hours. We're talking probably around 11, 12, 1, 2, 3 in the morning. And this is not going to be a washout by any stretch. This is going to be scattered rain showers. But when the front approaches, right along the front, that's when we'll start to see the intensity of the rain showers start to pick up. However, just as the intensity of the rain showers start to pick up, then we should see a pretty dramatic change over to snow in the early morning hours. Say around 4:30, 5 o'clock-ish, right around there in the morning, we'll start to see these areas now highlighted go from rain back over to snow. And so this is where I think there'll be a burst coming through. The winds will be cranking 10, again, maybe gusting to 45. So we're not going to see a light snow falling and accumulating and piling up, but it is going to come down in a burst when that cold front moves on through. And that's when I think things could get a little hinky in bridges and overpasses. If you do get an inch or 2 inches of snow out of this, then things could get real sloppy in the morning, and that's when things could get a little treacherous on the interstate, especially, the connector and those areas that are surrounded by the colder air. But that thing's going to move through rather quickly. It's going to go down from the west end of the valley down to the southeast areas of the Treasure Valley very quickly. So the way things are shaping up, I see a few sprinkles around into the evenings mixed with flurries, then a little bit of light rain, snow mix, some scattered snow showers and rain showers, southeast winds increasing to around 11 p.m. Then around 3 a.m. it should be light rain and windy conditions, temperatures hovering in the mid-30s. But then as that front moves on through, I really believe we'll get a burst of snow and get snow maybe 1 to 2 inches in some areas, especially up into the foothills, maybe a little bit more there. Southeast and northwest winds 15 to 45 miles per hour, and the temperature drops to 32 degrees. Throughout the day tomorrow, I like snow and windy conditions again in the early morning hours, but then that's going to move to the east rather quickly. Behind it, some flurries, some partly cloudy skies. You'll see sun break out, and the winds cranking from the northwest now, 10 to 35 miles per hour, maybe gusting up to around 40 in some spots. It'll be partly cloudy, windy, all the way into noontime, into the early afternoon hours. Then that wind, that cold, brisk wind, will finally diminish as you go on in towards 5 p.m. tomorrow afternoon. All right, that's going to do it. We're going to get a little bit of wind. We're going to see some of those Christmas decorations probably come down, and then by this time tomorrow night, calm, cold, and definitely a chill in the air. But it'll be nice to have the white conditions up in the foothills. Maybe a few areas in the Treasure Valley will have some lingering snow on the ground, so certainly maybe we can prolong that in towards Christmas. We'll see. And also keep you up to date on any developing situations because, like I said before, the weather pattern this time of year in this El Nino year, active in late November through December into early January, and then that's it. Usually it cuts off. So it looks like the ski areas are doing just fine. They should get some substantial fresh snow out of this, and hopefully we'll get a couple more systems on in here to give you a great skiing season, which is off to a great start, I hear, from many people coming by. And when they see me, they come up and say, hey, the snow at Bogus has got a great base. Brundage, Tamarack, all doing great. Sun Valley, everybody is enjoying a great ski season, and, of course, my good friends down at Pomerelle. All right, you're watching The Weather Show with meteorologist Vin Crosby. Please subscribe. Why is that important? Well, it helps yours truly actually live and survive and helps me build an advertising base. We have a great group of sponsors for this weather show. I truly am so thankful, getting good return on their investment. There are some folks out there that are just loving the weather show and supporting our sponsors, and we like that. And we need more sponsors, and we need some more followers. So please tell folks, hey, I watched this coolest thing on the YouTube. It was called The Weather Show with Vin Crosby. You don't have to do it like that. You can maybe go, hey, watch it, go to it, subscribe to it. That's all I got to do. It's a simple click. Thanks for watching. Be safe out there traveling on the roadways, and we'll be back at you as we go through the course of the next several days with more updates from the Weather Show with meteorologist Vin Crosby.